All right, San Antonio Spurs massacred the Phoenix Suns, 121 to 94 points. And I guess Phoenix isn't San Antonio's kryptonite. People love to say, Phoenix beat San Antonio twice. Golden State beat San Antonio twice earlier in the season. So these teams are San Antonio's kryptonite, or whatever team beats this team. For example, the Hornets beat OKC, and now people want to say, the Charlotte Hornets are OKC's kryptonite. No, they're not, bro. Teams just lose games throughout the season. Every time a team loses a game, you can't just point to the team that beat them and say, this team is better than the other team they just beat. This team is that team's kryptonite. Just because they win one or two games, doesn't necessarily mean that. With that being said, the Warriors did beat us in those back-to-back games where Steph Curry went off. I want to say it was December, November, and people are saying Golden State is the Spurs' kryptonite. We end up beating Golden State. The last time we played them, Jimmy Butler has torn his ACL at this point. Steph Curry didn't play that game, so if you say the Warriors are San Antonio's kryptonite, I kind of agree with you. I don't want to play the Warriors in the playoffs as a Spurs fan, especially if Steph Curry is healthy out there. Again, Jimmy Butler has the torn ACL. He's not going to play in the playoffs. I believe the Spurs can beat any team in the playoffs, to be honest. But again, back to my point, just because a team beats you one or two times in the regular season doesn't mean that team has your number. That team is your kryptonite. If you beat a team three or four times, then that's a better sample size. But people were saying Phoenix is San Antonio's kryptonite because they beat us two games earlier in this season. With that being said, when Phoenix did beat us earlier in the season, they just sprayed us with three balls. They had all sorts of threes and just slayed us basically. We're a really bad team as far as defending the three ball. We're not very good at defending the 3-point shot, and Phoenix took advantage of that earlier in the season, and they just sprayed threes on us, and they ended up beating us those two games. Again, I'll give Phoenix credit for that because I hate when people say, "Oh, the team that beat my favorite team, they were just on tonight. There's nothing we could have possibly did. They're just making all their threes and there's no way we could have won the game." Phoenix made a ton of threes on us when they won those two games earlier in the season. But with that being said, we played horrible at three-point defense. We weren't guarding the three-point line. They're getting open three after open three, and that was our fault for that. In this game, we played excellent defense on the three-point line. We're not even so much guarding players. We're just guarding the three-point line, if that makes sense. Just running them off of threes. Take every mid-range jumper you want to take. Get inside. Dump the ball to Mark Williams. Let him shoot those little floater shots. Let him try to dunk on Wemby three or four times. I think it was three or four times he tried to dunk on Wemby in the game. And, we'll just live with it. They shot 29% from three. We shot 35%. So that kind of goes to show our strategy, and we did a great job just defending the 3-point line. We hold Phoenix to 94 points, so that's just amazing in itself. We had 98 points at the end of the third quarter, so we could have literally scored 0 points in the fourth quarter. We're still going to win the game by 4 points, so our defense was amazing. If you can hold a team under 95 points, that's just insane defensively. We have the 50 rebounds, they have 46. That's basically a wash. They have the 22 assists to our 30 assists. We're moving the ball really well. We're moving off ball. We're passing the ball around. The ball has energy. It's one of the best games I've seen all season, just in terms of us moving the ball around and playing as a team. We haven't had our healthy team all season long. Same thing for a lot of different teams: OKC, Denver, Houston, Los Angeles. A lot of the elite teams have been dealing with injuries for most of the season, so it's not like I hate when teams try to say, or fans of certain teams try to say, "Oh, well, our team's injured, this guy's out, and that guy's out," because most teams deal with injuries throughout the season. It just depends on if it's your star players getting injured, your role players, but all teams are dealing with injuries. If you're a great team, you just kind of power through and still find a way to make it happen throughout the injuries. But we had the 30 assists again, one of the best games all season in terms of us just moving the ball around and playing as a team. We made 45 field goals, so 30 of our made shots were off of assists, so that's awesome to see. They have the 7 steals, we have the 6. We have 7 blocks, they have 5. Pretty much a wash on the steals and the blocks. Wemby does have 5 of our 7 blocks, so that's not really surprising to me. Wemby's a god on defense. Both teams have 11 turnovers. Both teams played really clean as far as not turning the ball over. We're really aggressive defensively. They're missing Dylan Brooks. They're missing Devin Booker. It was weird. He started the game playing. He looked healthy out there, to be honest. He didn't look injured to me. Really, not at any point in the game. He played the first quarter. He came out. He comes back in late in the second quarter, I want to say. And I'll take back what I said. He did look. He wasn't moving 100% once he came back in the second quarter. I don't know if it's a hamstring or a quad or exactly what it was with Devin Booker, but seems like when teams have to play the Spurs, all their star players get injured all of a sudden. The Lakers sat out their stars, the Thunder sat out their stars, so nobody really wants to see San Antonio right now. I already kind of touched on it. They shot 37% from the field, 29% from three. Again, our strategy was just push them off the 3 point line. They killed us those last two games, just raining threes on us. And I'll give Mitch Johnson a lot of credit. He did a great job just making adjustments and coming into this game. Even before the game started, I knew Phoenix just sprayed us from three the last two games we played against them. So when the game started, I'm just looking out and wanting to see how we're going to defend the 3 point line. And from the first quarter, just as soon as the game started, we're just running them off the 3 point line. Again, if y'all want to shoot mid range shots, if y'all want to get to the paint and kick it to Mark Williams and shoot all these floaters, we'll let y'all do that. If we lose to mid range shots and shots at the rim over Wemby, we'll just have to live with it, but we can't let them shoot a million threes and just shoot us out of the game like they did last time. And we did a great job defending the 3 point line. They shoot 67% from the free throw line. That's just horrible. We shoot 90%. So we won the 3 point battle as well. We have 48 points in the paint to their 36. We have 14 second chance points to their 16. We got a good amount of offensive rebounds. We're missing a few three balls and a few easy shots off of our offensive rebounds, but Phoenix beats us there. We have 25 fast break points to their 7 fast break points, so it's a massacre on the fast break points battle. One thing I'm not sure of, if a team makes the shot, let's say Phoenix makes the shot, because we love to do this. They make the shot, we inbound the ball really, really fast, and within 6 or 7 seconds, we're already back at the other end, scoring a basket. I don't think that technically counts as fast break points. I think it has to be a missed shot, then you push it up on the break and score off a missed shot. I think that's the definition for fast break points. But the Spurs get a lot of, again, I'm not sure if it's technically fast break points, but we get a lot of opportunities where the other team makes a shot, we pass it to the referee really quick, we get the ball back, inbounds it, and within 6 or 7 seconds, we're already scoring back at the other end. So we do a really good job pushing the pace even off of made shots. Moving on to the player stats. Let's see, we'll start with Carter Bryant. He got the 15 minutes out there. He's 2 for 6, knocks down two of his four threes. So his shot looks really good out there. He has a beautiful stroke. When the season started, we all saw it. Carter's just so fucking excited to be in the game. He's going a million miles an hour. Even when he got open threes, he would rush his shot. He's just so excited to be in the game. And I love to see it, but he's had a beautiful looking shot all season long. I mean, he has a really good looking three ball. I think it goes in a lot, to be honest. I think he's going to be maybe a 37, 38% 3 point shooter. I would say this about Carter. He's probably like a 35, 36% 3 point shooter right now. His season stats don't reflect that, but if he got to play consistent minutes, he looks like maybe a 35, 36% 3 point shooter to me right now. If you let him shoot six threes, he's probably going to make at least two of them. He knocks down 2 for 4 this game. I want to say they were both open corner threes, and with Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, he can kind of spot up and get all sorts of open threes. Didn't even mention Wembanyama as well. Even when Wemby doesn't have the ball, he has like a Shaquille O'Neal type of gravity. You set a pick and roll, he rolls down the middle of the paint. Two or three guys tag him. There's help defenders from the corner that are coming over to help off of Carter Bryant, help off of Champagnie, Keldon Johnson, whoever it is, and then Carter Bryant, Vassell, Keldon. Just get wide open corner threes off of Wemby's gravity, off of Castle, Fox, and Dylan Harper. Just being able to get 2 feet in the paint and kick out for open three balls. So, again, I don't know Carter Bryant's exact 3 point percentage on the season. It's not very good, just like Stephon Castle, but we see them getting better and better game in and game out. Carter Bryant's already a better 3 point shooter than Castle right now. And like I said before, his shot looks really good. And he's starting to kind of slow down and just get into the groove of the NBA speed. He's so athletic, he's so fast, he's just a really promising young player. And I've said before, I think Carter Bryant should get at least 15 minutes or more every single game. Mitch Johnson will play him less than 15 minutes if we're playing against like a high level playoff team. If we're playing OKC or the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Pistons, some of these other, elite teams in the NBA, Carter Bryant might get less than 15 minutes just because Mitch Johnson is just trying to win those games. Wembanyama is so great already. We kind of forget how young Wemby is, but when we're playing OKC, the Pistons, Lakers, those teams I listed, we kind of forget about it. Wemby's still so young. He's so good already. But one thing I'll do, it'll kind of go over my head sometimes. Wemby's still developing. Wemby's still learning how to play against championship level teams. So we'll see games, and I'm like, man, Carter only got 7 or 8 minutes this game. We need to play Carter Bryant more. He needs to develop more and get more minutes. He does, but so does Wemby, dude. If it comes down to Wemby, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, those guys getting those reps against playoff teams, Carter Bryant's just going to have to take a backseat to those guys. If it's a close game down the stretch, if it's a close game in the third quarter, the fourth quarter, against those levels of competition, Carter Bryant's he's just not going to get those minutes down the stretch of close games. Again, because we're still trying to develop the rest of our young core, Wembanyama included. But I always love to see Carter Bryant get some minutes out there. Keldon Johnson has 6 points on 6 shots. Not great efficiency. He has 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. He plays the 20 minutes. Not a crazy game from Keldon, but our team's just so deep. There's not gonna be a night where Castle, Fox, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Champagny, Wemby, where everyone is just off. Usually, just like tonight, Keldon has the 6 points, but De'Aaron has 15, Dylan Harper has 17, Castle has 20. So there's going to be a game, maybe next game, where De'Aaron Fox is off and now Keldon Johnson has 20 points. Maybe Stephon Castle has 9 points and now Devin Vassell has 20 points. We just have so much depth. Everyone makes up for everyone else. If someone has an off night, someone else is having a career night, and we just have so much depth on the team. So we don't need Keldon Johnson to have a crazy night every single night. Harrison Barnes comes off the bench again. I'm hoping he's just going to be permanently coming off the bench. I love Harrison Barnes. He's done so many great things for the team. He's been such a great leader for our young guys, and he still is, but he's just not. He should never start over Champagny or Devin Vassell. Just to be totally honest, his 3 ball has been really off. Probably the past 30 games. He's had a couple of games sprinkled in there where he'll knock down 3 or 4 threes, but we just need to bring Harrison off the bench. And, if he's hot that night, play him some extra minutes. If he's not doing well that night, then, only give him 15 or 20 minutes. And I think we're doing a good job, with Mitch Johnson kind of getting Harrison Barnes into his newer role. But I think he can still give us some good production, but it needs to be off the bench. There's no reason to keep hitting our head on the wall and keep trying to make Harrison Barnes a starter when our team is obviously much better with him coming off the bench. Luke Cornett, he's 100% from the field. He has that reverse dunk. They lob it up, and he catches that reverse alley-oop. He had another nasty putback dunk off of, I want to say it was De'Aaron Fox's missed 3. We just love Luke Cornett so much. He plays 16 minutes. He has 10 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, gets the 1 block, no turnovers. I say it every single game. I'll be looking for it. I just can't find it. There's not one play in the game. Honestly, I don't think there's been one play all season long where I look at Luke Cornett and just say, what the fuck are you doing, Luke Cornett? Why did you take that shot? Why were you over here? Why were you out of place defensively? It pretty much never happens. He won the championship with the Celtics. He plays with championship pedigree. There's no team Luke Cornett's been on where they don't just love Luke Cornett. And I always mention it. There was such a glaring hole at our backup center position last 2 or 3 seasons. Now we plug in Luke Cornett. He's probably at least a top 5 backup center in the NBA. He might be the best backup center in the NBA, to be totally honest. And Luke Cornett's just been so great for us off the bench. Champagny, he's 2 for 3, knocks down 1 of his 2 threes. he's been kind of off as well with his 3-point shooting. But I always say with Champagnie, he wasn't so off tonight. He only takes the two threes. He knocks down one of them. He has the 8 points. But when Champagnie's three ball is off, he still gives you really good rebounding. He has the 6 rebounds this game. Where with Harrison Barnes, if his 3-point shot is off, he doesn't give you too much outside of his three ball. And Champagnie gives you better defense than Harrison Barnes as well. So that's my thing with Harrison. Still love the man. If he comes in off the bench, he knocks down 2 or 3 threes in 10 minutes off the bench, then keep him in the game, let him keep playing, keep riding his hot hand. But he's just been pretty off recently. Same thing with Champagnie, but again, our team's just so deep. There's going to be a game where Champagnie knocks down 6 or 7 threes, probably in these next 5 or 6 games, and we're going to say, hey, Julian Champagnie's just fine out there. He's just out there to play good defense and space the floor. And he does a great job of doing that still, even though he hasn't been just absolutely on fire like he was when the season started. Devin Vassell has the 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, just smooth, silky three ball. Vassell, we miss him so bad when he was out with his injury. He might be our best scorer, to be honest. De'Aaron Fox or Wemby's probably our best scorer. But as far as being a three-level scorer, a guy that can knock down the three ball mid-range and score at the rim, Devin Vassell might be our best guy at doing that. He's the one guy we can just run him off of curls. We can let him catch the ball at the free throw line. He's our best player as far as just catching the ball, taking 1 or 2 dribbles and just pulling up for a mid-range jumper. And he just opened up our offense so much. When Devin Vassell is out, guys are just trying to guard the rim. They're trying to guard the three-point line. They're not so worried about that mid-range area. Now, Devin Vassell comes off a curl. He catches the ball at the three-point line. That big man has to pop out. They have to contest Devin Vassell's jumper. Otherwise, he's just pulling up for a wide-open mid-range jumper. He's going to knock it down a whole lot of the time. But I've been noticing he comes off a curl. Luke Cornett sets an off-ball screen. He pops off, catches the ball at the free throw line. Now that big man has to pop up to help on the free throw line jumper, and Devin Vassell is getting easy lobs to Luke Cornett or Victor Wembanyama rolling to the rim. So we're so happy to have Devin Vassell back in the lineup. De'Aaron Fox, he has the 15 points, 8 assists, only 1 turnover. He did a great job just getting into the paint. He always does a great job, gets 2 feet in the paint and just sprays it out to our shooters. If De'Aaron Fox doesn't have at least 7 assists, I'm honestly surprised. He's done such a great job just adjusting from what he did in Sacramento. He's just the number one option, of course. Everything runs through him. Now he's taking a step back, and he doesn't mind it at all. I've heard Spurs fans saying, oh, we're paying De'Aaron Fox this max contract money. We need him to have 25 points every single night, and we really don't, dude. De'Aaron Fox, he's playing in cruise control, honestly. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's some games where De'Aaron Fox comes out and he goes into 6th gear and he's just going really hard. He'll score 25 or more points. Just like when Victor Wembanyama was out, De'Aaron Fox was kind of keeping the ship afloat. If you look at De'Aaron Fox's average, when Wemby missed like whatever it was, 12 or 13 games, De'Aaron was averaging like 24 points, 8 assists on just insane efficiency. So we are playing De'Aaron Fox the max contract money. I get people saying, oh, De'Aaron, we need these 30-point games. Where's De'Aaron Fox with his crazy-ass 25-point, 10-assist games? And we just don't need him to do that. He's just coasting through the regular season. Once the playoff starts, I feel like we're going to see De'Aaron Fox kick it up another year because I've noticed, y'all probably noticed as well, he's not playing 100 miles an hour. He's not playing as hard as he can every single play. And I'm glad he's not. Just save yourself for the playoffs, dude. De'Aaron Fox has such a great team around him now. He doesn't have to take on such a heavy workload like he did in Sacramento. So, again, he's just in cruise control. He's our second or third most important player. Stephon Castle might be more important than De'Aaron Fox, to be honest, just with what he does defensively. But once the playoffs start, I expect us to see some amazing performances from De'Aaron Fox, and he's going to show us why we're paying him max contract money once the playoff starts. Oh, excuse me, but right now we just don't need De'Aaron to do all that. He's not out here trying to impress people and trying to pad his stats. He's just doing what he has to do. Another thing I noticed with De'Aaron Fox, Tonight he didn't need to do it. Castle has 20, Vassell has 12, Wemby has 17, Harper has 17, Cornette has the 10 points. If De'Aaron Fox sees that his teammates are kind of struggling around him, then he turns it up. Then he puts his foot on the gas pedal and really starts trying to score more points and facilitate more. But he just does a great job feeling out the game and deciding what he needs to do game in and game out. Um, One more thing I noticed with De'Aaron Fox, I always say I think he's better to be our primary playmaker than Stephon Castle. Castle had the 40 point, 12 assists, 12 rebounds, triple double. Castle's amazing. I love Stephon Castle, but just with how turnover prone he can be from time to time, I think De'Aaron Fox is going to be better as our primary playmaker once the playoffs get started. Another thing I'll notice with Stephon Castle, he'll get 2 feet in the paint. Once he gets 2 feet in the paint, he'll kind of pick the ball up and then try to make a play. Now he only has 3 seconds to find an open player before he gets a 3 second violation. Where with Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox, they'll get into the paint, they get 2 feet in the paint, keep on dribbling, get back outside, do the Steve Nash dribble along the baseline, get back in the paint, keep on dribbling, pop back out again, and they just probe the defense better. Where with Stephon Castle, he has a bad habit of picking up his dribble when he has 2 feet in the paint. He's getting better as the season goes on. Another thing I noticed Stephon Castle doing, he'll get into the paint, he'll jump off 2 feet, and he doesn't really have a plan. Now he gets into a car crash with a big man, or he tries to kick it out to the corner and gets a turnover. Again, he's getting better and better game in and game out. But that's one thing I've noticed with Stephon Castle. Speaking of Castle, he has the 20 points, 4 assists, 3 steals in 21 minutes. He's 8 for 11, shoots 72% from the field, 2 for 4 from three. His three ball's looking better and better every game. And one thing with Stephon Castle I've noticed, he's getting to his mid-range a lot more. He looks like he has a good little mid-range shot. Not like mid-range, but y'all know what I mean. Just right there outside the restricted area. He gets down low. Here's a 7-footer. He has to make a decision. He can give him a shoulder bump and shoot that little mid-range fadeaway, or he can jump right into him and try to finish over them with his physicality. When he goes right into the big man, it usually ends badly. It's a turnover, or he gets his shot blocked, or he gets fouled and they don't call it because officials have no respect for Stephon Castle right now. But I noticed this game, he did a much better job just pulling up right there at that little mid-range jumper, and his shot looks really good. It seems like he has that mid-range shot in his game. He just never goes to it very much for some reason. But I guess he's been hanging out with De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron Fox loves to get to that spot and pull up for the mid-range. He does a great job kind of controlling his pace and manipulating the big man, where he keeps the big man off balance and he pulls up to get that wide open mid-range jumper. And I noticed Stephon Castle did a great job this game. Honestly, the past like 3 to 5 games since his 40-point triple-double, he did a great job that game of getting to his mid-range shot. And it seems like he's trying to incorporate that into his game. And it just confuses me why he hasn't been doing that all season long. Because when he gets to his mid-range shot, it just looks silky. It looks like it's something that he just has in his bag. So hopefully he's starting to add that to his game. He knocks down 2 of his 4 threes. His three ball just looks more and more confident every game. And his mechanics, his stroke looks good. So, hopefully he'll just keep on getting better with his 3-point shooting. Last but not least, Wemby has the 17 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 blocks, 1 steal as well. And it was just another day at the office for Wemby. He's 7 for 15, 1 for 4 from 3. Only shoots at 2 free throws. So he didn't do a great job getting to the free throw line this game, but he's been doing a great job. He's been shooting double-digit free throws in a lot of these past 10 games or so. His three ball has been off. He's 1 for 4 from 3. It was good to see him only take 4 threes this game. He's been taking a pretty high volume of 3-point shots these past, 5 to 10 games. But, just keep on shooting it, Wemby. His three ball has been a bit off these past 5 or 10 games, but he'll get on a hot streak again and start knocking down his 3 balls again. One thing I'd like to see from Wemby, he's not quite strong enough yet to get all the way into the low post and just catch it right there in the Shaquille O'Neal area and just turn around and dunk on guys. That's not really the type of player Wemby is, and he'll probably never be. that kind of player, but all season long, we've been doing a much better job of getting Wemby the ball just right there at the free throw line. Just let him catch the ball at the free throw line with a live dribble. He turns around, faces up the defender. We'll hit him with a pump fake. Maybe they bite on it, maybe they don't, and then he'll go up again. Let's say he pump fakes, they don't bite. Then the next shot, he just goes up and just rips that free throw line jumper. I feel like he'll knock down like 60% of those shots just turning around and facing up and just pulling up at the free throw line. He can shoot it right over the top. I saw this game, there was one play, turns around in the triple threat, one dribble going left, spins back to his right hand and gets a nice finger roll right around Mark Williams. There was another play, Wemby dribbles at the free throw line. I want to say it was Mark Williams. He bumps him, so he can't get past the free throw line. Wemby does a little, just like a little pirouette. He does a spin move, doesn't get any space on Mark Williams. He bumps him, doesn't get any closer to the rim, just spins off him, shoots a little fadeaway off the spin move at the free throw line, and knocks it down easily. So I'd like to see Wemby play more like Dirk Nowitzki, honestly, right now. He's catching the ball right there at the elbows, right there at the free throw line, the same spots where Dirk Nowitzki would love to catch the ball, and he's getting to a lot of those shots that Dirk Nowitzki would love to get to. Just turn around, face up, pull up right there at the free throw line. Use your finesse, use your shooting touch, even more because he can get all sorts of efficient shots right there at the elbow, right there at the free throw line. And then once he gets a little bit stronger, we've seen from his rookie year until now, Wemby's put on like 30 pounds of muscle. He's gotten way, way stronger. So it's already happening. But just keep using his finesse, keep using, his shooting stroke to his advantage, keep using his size to his advantage. And again, we've already seen it. He's gotten much stronger, but there's still a lot of times this season. There was times this game, one example, he's coming up on the fast break. It's a 3-on-1. It's him, Stephon Castle, and I want to say Devin Vassell. Wemby's leading the break. He's out of control. I just say it is what it is. He's just going too fast. He's going 100 miles an hour. Tries to throw a lob to Stephon Castle. Again, it's a 3-on-1. He has Vassell and Stephon Castle. He just read it wrong. Tries to throw a lob to Stephon Castle. The pass gets broken up. It ends up bouncing off Wemby's foot, and we blew. It just is what it is. Wembanyama blew the 3-on-1 break. It should have been an easy basket, but he just gets out of control. He's not the best guy to lead the break. Wemby's not the best player for us to give the ball outside the three-point line and try to go off the dribble outside the three-point line, because once he does that, he'll get off the dribble. He'll beat that initial 7-footer with a crossover, whatever move he uses. Then once he gets inside the three-point line, the defense collapses on him, and he'll get ripped. They'll kind of step up and take a charging foul, and not a lot of good things happen when Wemby has the ball, and he's taking a bunch of dribbles out in open space. So that's why I like to see Wemby just catch the ball at the free throw line, catch the ball at the elbows. The less dribbles Wemby takes in his offense, the more efficient his offense is. So, that's what I want to see more of with Wembanyama. Just let him catch the ball inside the three-point line where he can take one or two dribbles and just get right into his mid-range shot. All Wemby needs is one or two dribbles. If he takes two dribbles going the right way, he just flies by the defender, gets an easy dunk, gets an easy layup, or just take a couple dribbles and pull up into his mid-range shot. He can take one dribble and step back for a three ball. So I just love him in that triple threat area right there at the free throw line, because he has so many different options he can get to. If they try to come and double team him off one of the corners, he can just kick it out to the corner for an open three ball. So when he was a rookie, even his second year, he wasn't strong enough to kind of make those seals to catch the ball at the elbows. Now he's strong enough to actually steal off the defender and catch the ball at the free throw line, catch the ball at those elbow areas. And as he gets stronger and stronger, he'll just start catching the ball closer and closer to the rim. But people love to hate on Wemby. 7'6", Shaquille O'Neal catch the ball and dunk the ball, but he's just not that strong yet to do that. And his game just isn't that dumbed down. He can do all sorts of different things offensively. It's not like he just has to catch the ball and turn around and try to dunk it every single time. And that's just not the way for him to be the most effective version of himself. especially with him not being that strong right now. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you thought about the game, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace out, bro.